Welcome everybody to Treats and Eats with Krista. Wave. And Jody. Yay. We're so excited for today. I think we probably say that every month, but we've been sharing each other what we're cooking all day today, and it's going to be really good. So, camping food, I have cooked for like our church camp, and I've cooked for outdoors a lot, and Thrive can make it way easier. Like if you have any Boy Scouts or if you've ever done backpacking, like Thrive is awesome for that. And so, but we're going to try doing a couple of new unique things that I had never tried before. They seem to be working, but I'm going to actually try them with charcoal for the show tonight. I was testing them just in the oven before. So that's why I was a little stressed out. I was trying to light a fire out there. But the reason we're doing it is number one, because it's summer. And then number two, this month we have 3 different sales going on. So there's the regular monthly specials. There are some good meats. There's one of the beefs or the ground beef and a chicken is on sale. So we're going to feature those. And some yummy fruits and veggies. Then there's also a case lot sale. So when it's not my turn, I'll start. Ground beef's already out of stock. What the heck? That's okay. You can use other beef or that went out fast. Anyways, so the case lot sale, it gives you a deeper discount if you buy it there are things available in cases. So case of 6 number 10 cans or 10 pantry cans, the smaller ones that Krista's holding up. So those are so we're going to feature a couple of the products from the case lot sale too. And then there is one other sale, and it's a meal bundle. And the meal bundle is 5 meals for $50. And Krista's going to go over those and kind of show how easy they are to use and why we think they're so awesome. Because the bundle is a really good deal. It ends up being $10 per meal. And if you buy 2 of them, you get free shipping through the delivery because it's $100. So that's really awesome. So she's going to go into more detail about that. So we're going to start cooking. We're going to do a lot today. We're going to bounce back and forth because some of our stuff needs to sit for a second or cook for a second. So I'm going to start with, have you guys heard of Tinfoil Dinners? Yes. We're going to try Tinfoil Dinners with Thrive. So I made 2. Nope. You can't see me. I have 2 different kinds I'm going to show you. And you can really mix and match. I'm just going to crouch. You can mix and match like whatever you normally make. So a lot of times I would do a tinfoil dinner with like beef and onion soup mix and potatoes, carrots, all that stuff. So I decided to do these ones a little bit different based on what we have at Thrive and what I thought would cook well. So I think you could try it with diced potatoes, but I didn't. I tried it with rice today. So I'm going to do a 1/2 cup. And this makes actually like a pretty big tinfoil dinner. I have big boys, so I always do everything kind of big. Everyone should be muted, but that might have been you, Krista. If people can just mute, that would be awesome. I'm going to put in a 1/4 cup of rice. This is instant rice. And so it doesn't have to cook super long. It's just basically going to hydrate. I'm going to do a tablespoon of green chilies because they're good. And they add flavor. Tablespoon of onions, which are on sale, but I can't remember which sale.
Case lot.
Case lot sale. Krista knows. I had them pulled up at one point. Red peppers are on regular monthly special.
Yep, case lot.
Oh, dang it. Case lot. I should have pulled them up. So red peppers sometimes, so we have these huge chunks, which are really good when you're making fajitas. For something like this, I'm just going to break them apart a little bit. And then, so to make a tinfoil dinner, usually it's your ground beef, like the fat cooking off kind of hydrates and heats everything else up. We don't have that with our ground beef. It's already drained. So I'm going to put enough water to actually cook the rice and hydrate everything else. And I did just over 1/2 cup. I had done like 3/4 of a cup earlier and it was a little bit soupy. So I'm going to let that set And I'm gonna basically let it. Krista, do you mind admitting people while I'm cooking?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, well, I see one. All right. So I'm gonna let this get fully hydrated. So it's not really cooking the rice, but it's reconstituting it. And so we're gonna let that sit for about 10 minutes in between stuff, okay? So then the other one I'm gonna make is like a barbecue chicken, kind of like almost a teriyaki chicken. So this one I'm gonna do half a cup. Now I think it's our grilled chicken dices that are on sale. Is
Yes.
have-
The specials.
that the right one?
The specials, yes.
Yes. So I had these open, they're bigger chunks without the grill marks, but whatever one is on sale or whatever one you have open, that's the beauty of Thrive. We always teach that you can mix and match. So these are bigger chunks, which I actually thought would be pretty good for this meal. So, but I do break them apart. Sometimes they're huge, like look at that huge chicken. So in some recipes, you might want a huge piece, but then it also takes longer to hydrate and cook. So, well, they're already cooked, just to get soft. And then we're gonna do some pineapple because it's gonna be like a tropical chickeny yumminess. And then also onion, so a tablespoon onion. And another 1/4 cup red pepper. So you can use a lot of the same items and just mix and match your flavoring. And I didn't say, but we're gonna put taco seasoning in that once it's hydrated a little more. I just need to see if I need any more water. So I break my red pepper pieces up a little bit of rice. And then water again. Sorry, I should have had it already filled. So I kind of did like between half a cup and 3/4 cup. We'll see how it goes. So the idea is that we want these to just have basically most of the liquid absorbed before I'm going to roll it up into tinfoil, because I don't want to have soup in my tinfoil dinner, right? We want it to be to hold together, but we don't want it to dry out and burn. So that is my first thing. Krista's going to start her next one, then we'll come back and I'll show you how we're going to finish these off and stick them in my charcoal, which is heating up. I'm gonna go check on it while Krista starts.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna start with breakfast. So breakfast is the most important meal of the day, right? So we're gonna start there. I'm going to do a breakfast. I'm gonna tilt my camera so you can see what I'm working with here, right? Okay. Okay, so see all these cans? We're gonna put all of these in my eggs. I know that's a lot, and not everything's on sale, but I will showcase what is on sale. Okay, so we're gonna just kind of put it together first, because we're gonna do this a little bit different today, because that's how we do things around here, right? So let me just pull my recipe up really quick here. Need to make sure I go by that. We're gonna use scrambled eggs. This is our scrambled egg mix. It is amazing. Hold on, I gotta admit somebody. Okay, so we're gonna use the scrambled egg mix. Okay, half a cup of that. And if you look, I love the eggs because I don't know if you can tell, but can you see like how it kind of shines? You know how egg whites, when they dry, they're shiny? That's what's in here. It's amazing. These are actual real eggs. It's amazing. So we're going to do a half a cup of eggs. And then we are going to do, we're going to do cheddar cheese next. I put them in the wrong order, sorry. So we're going to do cheddar cheese. This is on sale, just so you know. And we are doing a 1/3 cup of that, freeze dried. Not a bad thing if I get too much in there. Freeze dried sausage. And we're going to do 1/4 cup of that. I was looking at the sausage. Actually, okay, so when you open the can, I wish there was smell-o-vision, because when you actually open the can, it smells like regular breakfast sausage, right? And you can see, like, they took a link and chopped it up, sliced it, and then put it in the freeze dryer. So it's like little pieces of sausage. It's awesome. It's amazing. I love it. Okay. So there's my sausage. Put the lid back on that. Okay. Now, so next one is onions, and the recipe calls for a tablespoon. So I'm going to throw a tablespoon of that in there. Okay. Got that. Okay. Next, in the actual recipe, in the written recipe, it says a 1/3 cup of green bell peppers and a 1/3 cup of diced tomatoes. Here's where it gets fun. Okay. Because I don't roll by the rules. And so I don't like my studio audience. They're so funny. So this is where you switch it out and do whatever it is you want to do for your recipe, right? So I am going to take, I need 2/3 cup of whatever, right? So I've got my 1/3 cup measuring cup, and I'm going to put a little bit of green onions, just a little bit, because I like the green. We're going to put a little bit more onion in there. We are going to do spinach. I love spinach in my eggs. Anybody else love spinach in their eggs? Yeah. Oh, I'm glad my studio audience does. I will, okay, you guys want to see the spinach? It comes out in little chunks. Let me tilt my screen down so you can see. See? Looks in like little chunks of awesomeness. So in fact, I'm going to go ahead and put that in here too. So there's 1/3 cup. And then, so like it also says, it calls for tomatoes, are freeze-dried tomatoes. Not my favorite in eggs, because I'd rather have real tomatoes in my eggs, because I don't want them to get all soggy and stuff. So I'm very picky with my tomato dices. I love them for other things, but here's the other deal. I like a little Mexican in my Spanish omelet or scrambled egg, whatever, right? So I'm going to put green chilies in there. And then the last thing I'm going to put in there is mushrooms. Now, because I know there are people in my studio audience who don't like mushrooms, I'm going to leave them big so they can take them out. Okay.
I love them.
Okay. I'm going to use my tablespoon. See, I'm grabbing the big ones. Look how big that mushroom is. Easy to pull out of a recipe. Okay. Or what I would normally do if it was my child, I would chop them up and they would never know that they're in there. I blend them in the blender. They'll never know mushrooms are in there, right? Okay, I'm gonna do that. There's my second, 1/3 cup, right? Okay, so in this recipe, because I'm gonna read it to you, it says mix with 1 cup of water and let sit for a few minutes. But here's the trick. See this instant milk? Instant milk is on sale on the K sale. Okay. I'm going to throw about, let's see, what is this? Half a teaspoon, probably not a level, but a heaping spoon of milk. Because don't you guys throw a little milk in your scrambled egg mix? Yeah, it makes it a little, right? We do that, right? So I'm going to put that in my mix. So there's my egg mix, right? I'm just going to mix it all around so everything gets happy and flavorful and all that stuff. And then here's the secret. We're going to chop up that spinach a little bit because some of those pieces are big. That's some serious spinach in there. Okay. Ugh. Okay. My big old chunks of mushroom that my guests can pull out. All right. Here's the secret that we're going to do today. Guess what this is? This is a freezer Ziploc bag, okay? Because we're camping, right? So what you can do with this is you can actually throw this in a food saver bag, right? Food saver bag, squish out all the oxygen out of it if you have that attachment, and throw it in your backpack. Great for 72-hour kits, that sort of thing, but perfect for camping because you just throw this in your kitchen, right? Your kitchen, and you have a meal ready to go. Saves space, saves time, saves everything. When you go to actually open the bag, you're going to open it. You're going to, mix it around just like this. You're going to put it in your Ziploc bag because we're out camping. Remember, I'm not camping because it's 108. Jody's like, we should do this outside. I'm like, no, we shouldn't. All right. I can't see. Okay.
My
I'm pouring.
place kind of outside. I'm going
I
to the gym.
know. I'll come to your house and go outside.
No, right?
But I won't be caught dead in this outside. All right. So you see that? It's in my Ziploc bag. Here's my cup of water. I'm going to pour it all in. Seal it with air in there. Okay. Now I'm going to start shaking. I'm going to turn it upside down. We're going to flip it. We're going to shake it. Shake, 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 shake your booty. Right? Sing. And it's going to sit for 10 minutes. Okay. And then I'll show you what we do when it's ready to go. I'm so excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. Okay. Back to Jody.
My turn next.
Yep.
I got it. Okay. So why is my head cut off the whole time? I gotta fix this a little bit. Sorry. Usually I have it set better. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so our meals have pretty much absorbed all of the water. So I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of taco seasoning. So this is gonna be, you could do like maybe like 1.5 teaspoons. Kind of like a fajita, like a taco mix. You could bring some chips and just eat it like that. So what I do for tinfoil dinners, and this makes like a big old bowl. So when you're camping and hiking, you're hungry anyways. So you can always adjust if you don't want to eat that much. So I'm gonna get 2 squares. And I'm gonna dump. So there really isn't, there's not really any excess water. The first time I tried it, there was a little bit extra water. Oh, there, I don't know if you can see it. It is like oozing out just a little bit, but that's perfect because we want it to kind of steam and cook that rice. And then with tinfoil dinners, you sort of roll them up and seal all that goodness in. And then I flip it over and do the same thing on the opposite side so that it doesn't leak out all over my tacos. So that's the first one. And then the second one, I forgot. I have to do a tiny splash of Worcestershire in there. And then now that it's mostly all hydrated, I'm gonna do a squirt of barbecue sauce, and that's gonna give it that yummy barbecue, almost teriyaki-ish flavor. Not too much, but again, that'll just give it a little liquid without being too much. You don't want it to really be soggy, but you also don't want it to be dry. So it's a fine balance with these meals. So again, 2 squares. I'm gonna do a dump. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna dump. Sorry, you get live TV. I'm pouring. I'm gonna do a pour onto my tinfoil. And the top didn't love that barbecue. I'm just gonna do a tiny little more squirt. There wasn't very much extra liquid in that one, so hopefully it doesn't dry out, but it already looked like it was mostly absorbed. So then I'm gonna flip it. And then we're gonna roll it. I'm not an expert at these. I know some people call them hobo dinners, tinfoil dinners. This is always what my kids ask for when we camp. And I'm like, can we just make hot dogs or something? Like, but I don't like having to bring like raw hamburger. Like I worry about that on a camp out. So I like this that I can just have these ready to go. So I'm going to stick these on my charcoal in a second. And I'm going to just do this other part real quick. So we're also going to make a Dutch oven cobbler, which is going to be fantastic. So all I'm going to do for this, and this makes a small batch. So I forgot that Dutch ovens are finicky and rust really easily. And I washed mine out after using it. It put it upside down to dry and it got like a coat of rusting in it, a light coat. So I've been working on fixing it and cleaning it. But I am not very experienced with Dutch oven cooking. I am practicing. So if you know tips, you can always give them to us. But I'm actually going to bake this. I saw a recipe for this and it looked super easy. You can bake it in a pan in the Dutch oven. So you get like the effective Dutch oven, but I don't have to clean my pan again, my Dutch oven, because I didn't want to, because we have to use it in a couple weeks. So this is a small recipe. If you were going to fill your Dutch oven, I would double this. So all it is put it in the fridge. I'll be right back. But you want to put, so I did 2 cups of blueberries, a 1/4 cup of sugar. I actually taste tested this. You don't really need a full 1/4 cup of sugar. It was really sweet and delicious. And then a 1/2 cup of water. So this is going to hydrate. Like a lot of times with a Dutch oven cobbler, you'll just do like a pie filling. So I'm basically almost making a pie filling here. And then I'm going to squeeze some lemon juice in there. And stir it all up. And this makes an ooey gooey deliciousness. It just has to set for about 5 minutes. Are you ready to do your next one, Krista? Because I think I want to let this set for a second before I finish it.
Yeah, no worries.
Throw these out on the coals while you do your next part.
Okay.
Then I can finish that real quick and then I'll show at the end.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. Let's see. I need my water to start boiling. So I'm still waiting on that, but I can start other things. Okay, we're gonna start this. Okay. I am going to show you how easy these meals are. Okay. This is one of my favorite ones. This is the one I have in my house. I have a few of them. This is the chicken teriyaki and rice meal. Okay. If you guys know, I actually demoed this one. I was on a beach in San Diego. Anybody remember that? I made this meal on a beach in San Diego. See, I see a couple people, right? So I've done it before, but it's awesome. So these are great for camping because all you need is just this, right? So it's very similar to what we were talking about when I was doing my egg stuff. It's similar to this, right? In a package. So here's what I learned from the beach thing when I did this on the beach in San Diego, when I made dinner on the beach, is when you open it, number one, there is a oxygen absorber in there. Can you see that? So you want to pull that out, right? You don't want to cook with that. What I'm actually going to do is pour all the contents of this because we're going to do this right here in this bag. Okay. But before I do that, if you have this available, you may not, if you're out camping, you can pour it directly in. But I think to cook it all, and because I have guests here, we're going to pour it all in a bowl. Okay. And get it all out of the cracks of the bag, right? Because I want everything to get done. And then I'm going to take my hot water, my boiling water, and I'm going to pour that in the back. Okay. We're going to pour that in the back. And then that gets all the seasonings at the bottom of the bag. So that's what I really want to do. And then I'm going to pour it back in the bag. Let's see, there's another big piece in here that I'm going to take out and stick in there. There's another big piece. I want that to get all the moisture, right? So that's why I'm doing this. I'm really not crazy, I promise. The rest I'm just going to pour back in there. And we are going to, oh, it's really hot. Like really hot. That was boiling water. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal it with air in there. I'm not going to take the air out. And now I'm going to get my pot holders because that's really warm. Yeah. Okay, much better. And I'm going to squish it around, make sure everything gets liquefied, okay? I'm surprised how hot that got. Oh, And I see it's not sealed all the way, so I'll make sure it's sealed. No, just so much pushing. All right, now that it's totally sealed, here's what I'm doing. I just want to make sure that everything gets wet. Kind of like my eggs, right? We're just gonna kind of play with it, and this is gonna sit, okay? And I'm gonna lay it down flat too, see if that works any better. So we're just gonna let that sit and then see if my water is boiling yet. Cause it is. Cause guess what? We're sticking this whole thing in the pot. Because that's what we would do if we're camping, but I am not camping because I live in hell. Excuse my French, but I do.
Only in the summer. In the winter, it's heaven.
This is true. This is true. So this whole thing, I got the air out of it and I'm dropping it in my boiling water. Okay. Here we go. I got a pair of tongs over here and I'm literally going to submerge the whole thing. So all the everything is going in there. Okay. All right. And we're going to let that cook for at least 7 minutes. And our teriyaki rice meal is going to sit there and get going. And I'm turning it back over to you, Jody.
I am ready. And I saw some questions about humidity and moisture and stuff. So I used to live in Utah. It was dry. Now I live in Pennsylvania and it's humid. And so I have started buying more food in the smaller cans. Now, and someone made a comment, you need desiccant packets, the moisture removers, but oxygen removers do help too. You can also put it in the fridge, or if they get kind of gooey and you put it in the fridge, it goes back. And you just have to be careful. And for a lot of what we cook, it doesn't really matter if they get a little soft. Like my blueberries, you didn't see it, but they're not like crunchy, crispy the way that that they come straight out of the can, but I don't care because look at my amazing blueberry pie filling mix. Like it's actually better. So I don't stress about it too much. So what I am making for my cobbler, and this is hilarious and awesome. And also I saw some Dutch oven tips and I did try working on reseasoning it. It's a work in progress. So I sprayed this pan with pan spray. If you're making it straight in the Dutch oven, you could just melt some butter in the bottom. And so this is nice and gooey. You could have more fruit if you want. I'm just doing a thin layer because I already made one today and now I just want to eat it all. And I don't have all my kids here this week, so there's nobody to eat all the food I'm making. Okay, so here is the trick. With cobbler, there are lots of different ways you can make a cobbler or a crisp or whatever. You can use Bisquick, you can use like a pancake mix, you can home make it, you can make it gluten-free, but I saw this idea on the internet and I wanted to try it and it was the best thing of my life. So I bought a round sugar cookie mix and I just cut it into quarter, like a cookie. And basically we're gonna layer it on top of this for my cobbler topping. It's cookies on blueberry pie filling. And it's like the best thing I ever tasted in my life. I'm pretty excited about it. So it's not gluten-free, unfortunately. And I try to be gluten-free, but I did partake in a sample of this earlier and it was so good. Okay, so this is how you make like 5-minute cobbler. Woohoo! Now what you could do if you're camping and you don't want to have refrigerated stuff, you can have like a powder mix for your topping, like your biscuit, and just add water, stir it up, and then pour it on or whatever, however you would normally do your cobbler. But this is what I got. And then, so I'm gonna put it, all my Dutch oven stuff's outside. So I put the meals just straight on the coals. And now I'm gonna go and put the, just lay this inside the Dutch oven, put the lid on and put extra coals on top so that the top part cooks too. I'm gonna show you what it looks like finished. This is the one we were sampling, but I just cooked it in my oven. We're gonna see how the Dutch oven looks different, but okay, it's like a real cobbler, but it's actually cookies on top and it's like sweet, but not, it's delicious. You just gotta try it. It's so good. And my husband was like, that is Thrive blueberries. Like every time he's still surprised when it's Thrive. Even though I cook so much with Thrive, he's always like, what? That's Thrive fruit? He can't believe it. So, ooh, cinnamon sugar on top. Then it's like snickerdoodles on it. That would be so good. It's already so sweet. Okay. Do you guys want to see it in the Dutch oven, or Krista, do you want to do a part and I'll get it set up outside and then I can kind of show, or are you ready to do your next part?
I can do my next part.
Your next
Um,
one, and then I'll just get set up outside.
okay. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll, I'm going to finish one of my items, and then when everything is done, we'll come back and finish my other two items. But I have one more thing to show you. Great hiking, backpacking, whatever snack is granola, right? Who buys their granola, right? I actually made a homemade, and my house smells amazing because I made it really quick. It was so easy. I'm like, why don't I do this like every week? But I'm going to show you, because I actually pre-made the actual granola part, but I'm going to tell you what I did. Okay. So this is basically just oats and a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of cinnamon. Let's see, there we go. And then there's a little bit of oil on top with some honey. And I'm going to tell you about honey. Okay. Because I actually used Thrive's honey crystals. Anybody have this? Anybody absolutely love it? Tell me how much you love it in the chat, because this is amazing. So what I wanted to show you, this is not on sale, but it is a must have in your kitchen at all times. Let me show you what it looks like on the inside. Okay. It's like little granules of honey. It is amazing. So what I did was I did the can directions on the back and made some. So this is what it looks like made up. It's real honey, guys. And if you notice on my spoon, like right here, those are honey crystals. Like they're on the side of my bowl and everything that are, when you let honey sit, it crystallizes, right? This is honey. My guests are going to get to spoon their spoon into this and have some real honey right out of the can. But I got spoons and everything for y'all, but they're so excited. But here's the deal, that you don't have to just use it for honey, right? So you can pour it on your ice cream, sprinkle it on your ice cream. You can sprinkle it, do a piece of toast in the morning, put your butter on, and then sprinkle honey on it. I mean, there are so many uses for this little guy. It's amazing. I love it. Okay, let's finish off the cobbler because I want to get going here. Okay. So I got my big bowl. I got my granola, my homemade granola. You could use store-bought if you wanted to. Be even easier, right? So basically with this granola recipe, you just add whatever fruit you want. So the blueberries are on sale and they taste good with cinnamon. And so do the apples, the Granny Smith apples. So, and literally I just pour until I don't want any more, right? So the blueberries are good. I just want to give it a quick stir and see my blueberry to granola ratio, right? That's what we're kind of doing here. You can mash up your pieces, your big pieces. We're going to put apples in there next. And I'm literally, I just washed my hands. So don't worry, people in my audience. we're just going to break them up, right? To bite-sized pieces that you're going to need and want in your granola, right? When you're out hiking, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. Or if you're backpacking in my living room. That is not an invitation to stay, people. Sorry. So yeah, so this is literally how easy this is. I have one more ingredient for my granola because I am a nut girl. Some people call me nuts in general. But I love nuts. And so I'm putting Granny Smith apples in here. Mix that up a bit. I roasted some pecans because I love roasted pecans. So I'm going to throw in some pecans for a little protein.
I like chocolate chips. I guess I'm a chocolate girl. In my granola. Strawberries and chocolate chips. That sounds good to me.
I would totally do that, but they are not on sale, Jody.
Ah, dang. Come on.
All right.
On sale. It's fine.
Right. So here's my finished granola. I'm just going to put some in a white bowl because white is prettier, right? For food, supposedly. That's what they say.
And granola, I don't know if you said it, I was running in and out, but you'd think it was like really hard to make, but I made it once. It was so easy.
Oh, yeah, I did tell them that.
Okay.
So There's my granola ready to go. All right,
Yay!
back to you, Jody.
Okay, guys, this isn't hot yet. I just stuck my Dutch oven on top of these coals. I have my meals cooking around. The good thing is all the meat's already cooked, so if they're not really cooked all the way, then I think it'll still be fine. It'll be warm. So I'm gonna take my cobbler pie and just set it right inside. Then I'm gonna put the lid on. And then when you're baking, then you want to put hot coals around the top. My coals are disintegrating. I've been out here been too long out here. I think my meals are about done. So I saw a thing that cooking on charcoal is actually like your tinfoil dinners cook faster on charcoal than on like a wood fire. So I'm hoping mine are gonna be just about right and warm. So I'm just gonna spread the coals, make sure they're underneath enough. I don't know how many put on top. Just gonna do a little mixture, and it doesn't have to cook very long. Just long enough for your cookies to get delicious and golden brown. And then you saw what they look like inside. So, and then, do you guys want to see how these look? Let's open one of these up. I need another table. Nope, I don't got a table here. It's hot. Can you see this? I'm gonna aim down. Sorry. I need like a TV studio outside, inside, everywhere. Woo!
Agreed.
This is hot. So it was only out here. You guys saw how long ago I put it in, like 10 minutes maybe. So you can see inside there is some juice. Maybe you can't see it. Some juice. So it didn't get dried out. So that's good to know. Oh yeah, baby. So this is the taco one. Should have had my hot pads. I got a towel. Okay. Look how awesome. So if you you could bring tortillas, you could bring chips. Which is good. I licked my fingers. And so when I test, yeah, it's totally soft. The rice is soft. It's not soggy. I'm taste testing. You can't see it, but it's really good. And the beef is fully hydrated. So sometimes with our ground beef, you have to cook it long and let it soak long for it to be all the way hydrated. This was awesome. It almost like steam cooked it. I'm going to open the other one real quick. Ooh. There's a little bit liquid in here too, because I did flip these partially. So yeah, you can see if you tip it a little, you can see a little of the juice coming out. So that's good. That's actually what we want, because there was not a ton of juice in there when I left it, when I put it in. Okay, let's move that one so you can see this one. So this was the barbecue chicken with pineapple, the chicken pieces. Okay, that's good. It's really hot. I cooked super fast. So it's super hot. The rice in this one is a little bit, maybe almost a little bit soggy, but still it would be really good. And I would just eat this plain. This is delicious. Or you could put it on buns. You could skip rice and just do meat and veggies and fruit, whatever, but totally works. You could set your tinfoil dinner. You could have them in little Ziploc bags and then just take them on your camp out, add a little bit of water in the bag, then pour it into your tinfoil pouches. How easy is that? You don't have to worry about bringing raw meat on a camp out. So I'm pretty pleased with that. These are awesome. I think my kids will be pleased with those. Is your food done cooking?
And yes, it should be. Yes.
I think my pie is going to be my cobbler might be like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe
No worries.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I will try my best to get done in 10.
Should we Are you ready to see yours?
Yeah, we are ready. Okay, I'm just gonna take this out of the boiling water. I don't know
I'm
if
gonna
you
peek at mine and see if it's cooking.
but we're gonna,
Oh, it's already bubbling in there. Sorry, I got excited. It's also fun to practice because if there was an emergency and I had to cook with my Dutch oven and I'm so unfamiliar with it, like this is good. This is why we do this too.
exactly.
Oh, those are your eggs?
Yep, those are my eggs. Now, they do take the shape of the Ziploc bag, so
They're Muji eggs.
right? But we're gonna, because it is very hot, so we're just gonna squish it a little bit to kind of fluff it up so it looks more like eggs. Okay, so we're gonna, oh, okay, I'm gonna tilt this down so you can see what I'm doing here. So here are my eggs. Woo, hot, hot stuff, hot stuff. Woo. Oh my gosh, those smell amazing. Oh my gosh. We need smell-o-vision,
I know my stuff was really good smelling.
right? Okay.
And I was licking my fingers and they
Yeah.
tasted
So
really
I'm
good.
gonna chop it up a bit so you can kind of,
Whoa.
right? Oh my gosh, this smells so good.
So
And I
then
did
you don't have to be like bring a fry pan on a camp out to get messy. That's awesome.
probably can see the steam. Can you see the steam? And I can see the steam. But anyway, so there's our scrambled eggs that are done. And then we're gonna open our chicken teriyaki. See where we're at.
Kat, yes, I put my coals on tin foil on my back patio. We did a sample at a class and that's what he did. I was like, that's what I'm doing. I didn't want to pull out my volcano oven and deal with that.
So I wanted to tell you, preface this with, I wanted to tell you that the directions say do this in a bowl and then have it covered and stuff. But I'm doing it in the bag to show you it can be done if you want to. Okay. So trash can open. There we go. So can you see that? This is, you can see the chicken. Chicken might need a couple more minutes. I might have some hard pieces of chicken. Probably the reason why they tell you to do it in a bowl and make sure everything gets that water before you, but it still looks fabulous, right? So that's my chicken teriyaki. I'm gonna actually try it right now too, because one of my favorite meals. I love that. I love that I can have chicken teriyaki in literally 10 minutes.
with just water. That was easier than my chicken barbecue, whatever I made in my Dutch oven.
All right, back to you, Jody.
Okay. Oh, did you tell which meals are in that 5 deal with that was one of them, right?
Yes, that was one of them. Let me get
Do you
I
have
have
the list handy?
yeah, so the 5 meals that are in the combo pack. Here's the combo pack. We've got chicken teriyaki, apple cinnamon granola, which I made homemade, but that's really good. The one in the pack is really good. Then there's the creamy mashed potato bowl, another one of my favorites. It's a go-to of mine. And then the pasta primavera. So that's the 5 that come in. Did I say 5?
There should be 5.
Southwestern style chicken too. That
Ooh,
one,
that's one of my favorites.
yes, I use that one for burrito bowls all the time. So I'll stuff it in a burrito and put my lettuce and tomato and all my trimmings on. Oh, so good. So good. So, so good. So those are the 5 that come in that Southwestern style chicken, chicken teriyaki and rice, vegetable primavera, creamy mashed potato bowl, and apple cinnamon granola. So you got breakfast, lunch, and dinner in there. And for $50, that's $10 a meal, and it serves 3 people. When my mom and I make one, it'll actually last us 2 meals. So we'll split it in 4 and have 2 meals for 2 people. So I'll put a salad with it or something else. It won't be the main thing, but we will do that 9 times out of 10. So you
It's
can
gonna feed 3 people in my house, just letting you know.
right.
My one teenage boy will eat a whole package, but still, $10 is still cheaper than any restaurant right now, even if he eats the whole package. So I send these to my college students and like they are so happy to get that. So for $50, send them a happy, a gift as they get going to school. So yeah, I love it. And I love those for 72-hour kits. So if you buy like 2 of those packs, that's enough for, a 72-hour kit for 2 to 3 people. It's
Mhm.
so easy. And then you don't have to worry about rotating. A lot of the pouch meals have like a 5-year shelf life, but these have the 20-year. So they're awesome. Okay. I'm going to open my thing
Cool.
and see. Woo, Nelly.
Oh, yum.
It's looking good. Can you see it?
I can, that looks so good. Can
It's
I?
cooked. This is fun. You could have yummy dessert camping. I I don't know. The cookies maybe could go a little bit longer, but I didn't prepare you except to put tinfoil in the bottom so that you can pull it out easier. But we're winging it. I don't even have hot pads out here. I'm awesome. Okay. Here is my yummy pie. I didn't even bring a spoon to show you or anything. But you can see it. So yeah, I'm gonna stick it back in a little bit longer because the cookies are still a little soft, but it looks just like cobbler, even though it was sugar cookie. It's good. I'm gonna stick it back in. It's actually not super hot. And all my coals are still pretty hot on bottom, so we're doing pretty good. This is fun. I'm learning while I teach. I'm gonna let that cook a little bit longer. So I'm gonna talk real quick while Krista's finishing up just how you order the stuff. So we mentioned the delivery service. So that is the cheapest way. That's how you get the monthly specials. So they're not on sale unless you're ordering through the monthly delivery. It's like an auto ship, but it's you can change it every month. You're not locked in. Totally easiest auto ship ever. You can cancel anytime or pause or whatever. So that gives you free shipping on orders over 100. That's why we keep saying if you buy 2 of those meal packs, it's $100. So you get your free shipping. You can also get the meal packs for not free shipping if you just order them like as a retail order, but then and so they still are discounted just for this month. Otherwise, so then the monthly specials, I think the case lots are also available retail. So just the monthly specials to get those discounted prices, it's like 25 up to 40% off. I want to do it through the delivery. So whoever invited you, whether it was Krista, me, or any of our team members who invite, I know a lot of you might be here from other people who you're not seeing cook, but we welcome them to invite their customers and family, friends, whatever, to learn how to cook with Thrive, because it is, for me, a passion to store things that I like to eat and to learn how to eat what I have in my storage. And so I love it for everyday cooking. Obviously, like we're loving it for camping and hiking food and whatever this summer. But at the end of the day, I'm also learning how to practice for if there's no power or, I mean, and think about in Arizona when it's so hot, like maybe you want to cook outside and not heat up your kitchen. Like it's kind of miserable to cook outside, but it's miserable to if the power's out, it's going to be hotter inside, right? So you never know. So that's why we teach this. We're both passionate about the emergency preparedness aspect of it, but we also love the everyday saving time, saving money in your kitchen. And so we do these every month, usually on the second Tuesday of the month. So if you registered for this one, at the end of the call, you'll get a recording and all the recipes typed up. So if you weren't writing it down while we were talking, because sometimes we just blab through it and we forget to tell you what we're doing, but we will type up all the recipes after. Just give us a couple days to get it together. And then next month, when we're getting ready, usually the day before or the day of, we'll send an email and a text again saying, hey, the next one's coming up. And then you do have to register each time. So we're not sending recipes and recordings if it's like a class you weren't really interested in. If we're doing all vegan meals and you're like, I'm on keto, then maybe you don't want to register for that class. But so that's how it works. So if you want to do an order, if you've never done an order before, get with whoever invited you. We can help you out after. It's super easy. And then like you can get whatever we cooked with that's on sale, except apparently not ground beef. But the good thing about Thrive is you can mix and match. So the meats, there's other beef options. So we have beef dices, and they would be just fine in a tinfoil dinner like this or in the eggs or whatever. So you can definitely mix and match or look for it next time. And sometimes it'll come back on sale throughout the month. So you never know. It just depends on on their inventory levels. So if you have any questions, and we can stay on after too, if you want to ask specific questions about ordering, or you can ask in chat or just reach out to us after. That's my spiel, and my food's almost done, so you can finish up. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Yes, my food is actually done. So we're good. I am about to serve at this point, right? So I gave this just to let you know. Let me show you this. I gave this
She
a
has
little
the
bit
front
of
studio audience. I don't have that.
that's okay.
I just bring it to my husband after and he gets happy.
Right. So I needed to add a little bit more water. So you can see this chicken is really done this time. So which is fine. That's what Thrive is about because you can't ruin it. Yeah, right? This is awesome. I just added a little bit more water when I needed it, and we are gonna go serve. So, and we're gonna see how everybody likes our food. That's the part I haven't figured out yet is introducing my audience and making them try everything in front of y'all.
I was gonna say, are you gonna make him taste it and see if it's good?
Of course, anybody want to try it? Any takers? Well,
I'm sure they all want to try it,
they
Krista.
want to get around my dining room table and actually, be nice. But they brought cookies, so we're gonna have campfire cookies when we're done too.
Yeah, because I got the dessert today.
Yep, you got the dessert. So,
Mine's done.
yep,
It looks
cool.
in there. So I think that's it.
Okay.
Julia, yes, there will be a replay. I just announced that. We'll send it out within the next day or two. It'll come with all the recipes and instructions and a replay of the whole video if you want to go back and watch us
Yep.
be silly again. We always do something to mess it up because it's live TV.
And Kat, there isn't really a difference. I mean, obviously there's a difference between products, but it acts the same way. So it's just like minute rice in that it's instant, right? So so yeah, it doesn't take very much to rehydrate our instant rice.
I just had a box open in my pantry and I have cans in the basement that I was too lazy to go get.
I do that as much. I do
That's the
that.
beauty. You don't have to be 100% Thrive. If you
Yeah,
have a real tomato, chop up your real tomato. Like it's fine. So
exactly. Which I'm gonna go do for my eggs.
real tomato, you need some salsa or something.
I
All
do
right,
have,
ladies.
yep.
Any other questions before we sign off? Thank you for being on live. We love having people live. I know time zones and things are crazy, and I think I wrote PST and EST on the graphic instead of DT, but it was daylight time, so hopefully I didn't miss anybody because of that. And we'll do better next time. So make sure to tune in next month, July. I think we'll be around second Tuesday. We'll try to keep up with it. And
Yep.
if you ever want us to do like a demo for your friends, let us know too. Like we can do like a smaller cooking class if you want to kind of host your own little shindig and earn some free food doing that. We're always open to that as well.
Yep. And if you ever want to attend live here in Arizona, call me.
I mean, if anybody is from Pennsylvania, you can come to my house, but it's all good. All right, ladies. Thanks for our regulars too. We're seeing some familiar faces month after month. That's super fun.
That's
So just a lot of pressure to keep coming up with new ideas, right?
right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We had some gentlemen tonight. Sorry about that. All right. Have a wonderful evening.